Hi, it's Lucinda here from Earth Mother Sound Healing, and I wanted to share with you today a little bit about what sound healing is good for. Now, sound healing is good for so many things, so many things that, I could just give you this endless list and you go, right, it is good for everything, but, really. So what I want to do is sort of hone in on a few different things that it's particularly good for. Now, I work with people who are going through change or some sort of transition, particularly around work or career. And I found it particularly useful for helping to break down the self-doubt, to reconnect to that inner truth, that inner knowing, that deep sense of knowing what's right for us, what we're here for, what our journey is. And I think all of us innately know that. So I found it particularly in the area that I'm specializing in, it's particularly useful to help people dig deep, to reconnect. Now, that said, sound healing is not a talk therapy. So this isn't where we're going to thrash out and talk about and relive and re-suffer over events of the past. The way sound healing works is it shifts energy gently. And the energy shift doesn't necessarily get named or identified, but you'll notice it. You might notice like a little twitch in a finger, or perhaps there's this sense of something big and pressure on, like a big pressure on your heart, that the next breath you take in, you feel it build, and then as you breathe out, it disappears. You can have all sorts of experiences of the energy shifting, and that's part of the releases that we get with sound healing. So as I said, we don't have to talk about stuff. We don't have to rehash and relive and re-suffer. It's just not what sound healing is about. So it's a beautiful way to let go of things that have affected us in the past. It's especially beneficial for releasing trauma, including post-traumatic stress disorder. It's incredibly good, and I think one of the main benefits and main uses I find for it is inducing a state of relaxation. So I've always seen that, I should explain, always seen in the varieties of different works that I've done, because I've shifted my career a few times. It's just sort of pivoting slightly, but it is all related. I've seen a lot of people experiencing a lot of stress, and I see stress as one of the biggest problems in our lives. Now, stress can come from all different forms, and what sound healing does is it triggers that state of relaxation. And when the body is relaxed, it heals and functions as it should. It does what it's meant to do. So I see that as one of the major roles for the way that sound healing supports your body to heal itself. So another understanding that goes with this, and I think it's one it's overlooked a lot, is that when the body's stressed, I think about a seesaw, when the body's in stress, when you're stressed from anything, it might be emotional, it might be environmental causes, it could be any number of things. When the stress increases, your ability to detoxify decreases. Likewise, when the stress reduces, your ability to detoxify increases. So there's another way that it actually helps. Another thing that it does is it releases hormones in our system that support our body. They're like the feel-good hormones, the healing hormones. There's a lot of names that I'm not going to go into. I don't want to get scientific here. I just want to keep it general. But all of those are hormones that support our body in healing. It can be useful on many levels, and I say levels in a very broad sense. So with that, I'm meaning the physical level. So we can get right down to a cellular level. We can work with joint pain. We can work with injuries, things like that. So that physical level. And then we can work on the emotional level. We can work with thoughts, beliefs, attitudes. We can release, as I said, old trauma. And then we can just work through all those levels of life, of experience, to bring you back to that core, your inner knowing of what's right for you. And all of us are on different paths, and every path is equally valid. So it's about reconnecting with what's right for you and supporting your body to heal so you can tread your path. I hope that makes a lot of sense for you, and I'm sure it may have stirred up some questions if you're anything like me. Every time you get an answer for something, there's many more questions. So feel free to pop those in the comments below and we can have a chat about that. I look forward to explaining more for you and helping that understanding. I'll catch up with you soon, dear one. Have a beautiful day.